I have the structure of the human heart in front of me. As you know, there is the heart is one of the most important organs, and the heart is the centermost part of the body. It controls the circulation blood to all parts of the body. The heart is a pump. The heart is present between the two lungs in a space called the mediastinum, and thus the apex of the heart is placed upon the left lung, and for that reason the left lung is slightly smaller than the right lung. People have a misconception. The heart is the left side. The heart is in the center of the body. Only the tip of the heart is present on the left lung, and that makes the left lung smaller than the right lung. Actually, the heart is protected by a fibrous cavity called the pericardium. It is protected by the rib cage and is also protected by a fluid called the pericardial fluid. The pericardial fluid helps in absorbing mechanical shocks, the shocks that are felt when a person runs, jumps, and does certain activities. So now, when you come into the actual structure of the human heart has four chambers. The upper two chambers are called the auricles, and the lower two chambers are called the ventricles. Nowadays, it is fashionable to call the auricles as atria, and the atrium towards your right is called the right auricle or right atrium, and on the left you have the left atria or left atrium. Similarly, on the right ventricle and the left ventricle, these are separated by walls called septae, and the interauricular septum separates the two auricles. The interventricular septum separates the two ventricles. The right side of the heart has deoxygenated blood, and the left side of the heart has oxygenated blood. These walls prevent the mixing of blood. Now, between the right auricle and the right ventricle, there is a valve called the tricuspid valve, and between the left auricle and the left ventricle, there is a valve called the bicuspid valve, which is also known as the mitral valve. Now, these are the actual parts of the heart, and each of these parts has a specific function. Now, nowadays the blood vessels. The blood vessels which are shown in blue contain deoxygenated blood, and the blood vessels shown in red contains oxygenated blood. The blue blood vessels, the one that brings deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body to the heart, is called the superior vena cava, and the one that brings deoxygenated blood from the lower parts of the body is called the inferior vena cava, and the blood vessel that takes blood from the right ventricle to the lungs is called the pulmonary artery. Speciality, the only artery of the body that carries deoxygenated blood. All other arteries carry oxygenated blood. Now, once the blood is oxygenated in the lungs, it is brought back to the lungs to the pulmonary veins. These are the only veins of the body that carry oxygenated blood. All of the veins of the body carry deoxygenated blood. And then again, when the blood returns to the heart, it enters into the left auricle. And from the left auricle, the blood goes to the left ventricle. And from the left ventricle, the oxygenated blood is sent to all parts of the. See this big blood vessel here. This is called the aorta. The aorta is the largest blood vessel of the human body, and branches of the aorta are called arteries. Now, when the blood enters the aorta, the oxygenated blood is supplied to all parts of the body. And there is one more thing you have to know. The surface, notice these blood vessels, the red and the blue. These are the coronary artery and coronary veins. These are the ones that supply oxygenated blood and remove deoxygenated blood from the walls of the heart. Any block in these blood vessels can cause a heart attack.